Live. Howdy, howdy, everybody. How's it going out there? The whole big wide world of YouTube. As you can tell, my voice is back online. Like 95%. That was a pretty rough little cold I went through there. As I said, my sweet daughter is in daycare, and daycare is just, my God, a petri dish. So I've been sick for the past like 6 months straight. How's it hanging, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Yammie Noob. I don't know what that means. For those of you joining from the Discord, this would be your second live stream of the day because we gave away the Ninja 500 earlier today. A fella called JP from Tennessee has won the motorcycle. We have sent him an email. We're trying to reach out to him. Sometimes email's a little bit slow. So congrats again to the gentleman out in Tennessee who has won. So yeah, JP. It's the first time that we had a guy who but basically didn't fill out the first or last name. So we have to, I don't really know how that's going to work with like verifying his identity and stuff, but we're going to find a way. We can find a way. I'm sure the Yammie Noob legal team has a way of figuring out to identify this guy and match his email or something like that. So we're going to reach out and make sure we get the old Ninja 500 SC to Tennessee. Roscoe says, glad you're feeling better. I appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. We're on time today, hanging out for the Wednesday live stream the way the Lord intended. We have a mystery box. We have questions. We have Bike Roast or Boast, which is going to be actually it came from Facebook, if memory serves me correctly, because producer Logan put together some fun bikes from North Carolina, where he is from. So that's going to be fun to check out. Got some trivia, so it should be a fun show. Let's see if y'all are saying any questions here. Cecil says, if anyone in here won before, did you buy thousands in gear? It's random regardless, question mark. Yeah, I mean, we've had people win off of like one single t-shirt they bought. We've had like long-term Discord people win. There's not really like a correlation as far as I can tell, because if there was, something would be messed up with the system. It's pretty random. I will say it tends to follow population. Like the only trend I've seen is that where more people live, more people tend to win. It's like warmer places, more populous places. But yeah, there's a whole list of winners on the website. So if you want to go and pull that data and see if there's any correlations of the 54 people that have won, you're more than welcome to do so. We had a weird streak where for a while, like, I think like 4 or 5 people from Michigan won, not in a row, but like there was a lot of Michigan winners. I remember that. We had a lot of Michigan people. Matthew says, hey, Yammie, all the way from Australia. How's it going? How's it going? Australia. That's, it's either, how many hours off from Australia is DFW? Like, is it 14 or something? The opposite direction? Let me know what time it is in Australia. Skid says, yo, Yammie, how's DFW treating you? Treat me pretty good, man. Treat me pretty good. I've been pleasantly happy with, I guess, housing value here over Austin. We sized up our house, which has been very nice. We have lots more space, which is great. Because, yeah, as many of you know, Austin real estate is bonkers. And it kind of looks like California, so it's pretty crazy. So it was nice to come back to reality a bit here in DFW and get a house that kind of felt like a little bit more of what it should be for the money, So pretty cool, pretty happy about that. Getting used to crazy DFW drivers. Boy, I'll have some insane traffic out here. I try to avoid all the major highways as much as I can. So, yeah, enjoying it, man. Enjoying it. I'm really close to the track now, which is great. So be sure to check out. We got lots of track content coming up on the channel. There is a video next week of Adventure Bike versus Scrambler. That's going to be really fun. I took both bikes on track to see which one's fastest, and that's going to be cool. Vexed. Oh, Jordan, hey, what's up, man? Emailing you in the live stream. Didn't know which email, so I sent a Discord. I have my Discord DMs turned off, so I did not check that. So I will check that after the stream, and I'll check that out, man, because it would be nice to connect. It'd be fun. But yes, Florida can win. We had that revised, I think 2 years ago, where we found out how to make good with the Florida legal system and make it so that we could actually run the sweepstakes there. And so, yeah, now we're eligible for all lower 48 states, which is great. Moto Gunner says, I didn't know you're in DFW now. Try out Bob's Steakhouse sometimes with the wife. I will do that. Yeah, I love a nice steak night. So yeah, maybe if we can pop out and get a babysitter for dinner. It's hard to get out for dinner. Maybe I can do a lunch out there. That'd be nice. Connor said, is the Ninja 500 giveaway out? Yes, I mentioned that we selected a winner earlier today, and it was a fella named JP in Tennessee. So I sent him an email. We're going to see if I can get in touch with him. Shmee said, DFW traffic's insane. Been riding since October 2023. Have yet to get on to 635. Yeah, 635 is nuts. It's total Mad Max. It's still as insane as I remember it because I used to live up here many years ago. It's still crazy. I do like the Dallas Autobahn, the LBJ Expressway, 635 Expressway. Pretty sweet. Yeah, pretty awesome. Cam for the $5. Thank you very much. Has the new style of Honda CBR 600RR come to the United States? Not that I'm aware of. I know that it's available, but I don't think it's appeared here yet. I haven't seen anything. What's his face? Chase on Two Wheels made a first ride on a CBR 600RR. I was actually just talking about that earlier today with the Yammie Noob team, and it was the old style, but he said it was a 2025, so I don't think we have the new edition of it. So, yeah. Roadrunner says, on to the Street Triple. That's right. Got that bike. Gonna make some cool content with it. I'm gonna see, because like I said, I'm only an hour away from the track now, and I have a membership out at Eagles Canyon, and so I really want to make more track day oriented content. I think I'd like to, if possible, maybe get maybe someone can let me borrow a 600. Actually, I just got a Gixxer 600 for a track bike, so maybe I can do a compare and contrast for the Street Triple versus the Gixxer. Actually, that's a great video idea. Why didn't I think of that earlier? This guy says, yo, Papa Yams, I lost a bet on which bike you were going to get for your personal bike. I swore you were getting a BMW R1300 GS. Yeah, buddy. You know me. I love those Beamers. I love those big old ADV Beamers. If you know anything about Yam, it's that he loves the big ADV Beamers. Bamaron says 636 or 600 double R. Can't decide. 636 is probably the better bike out of those two, I would say. Motogunner says, are you rocking your Speedmaster? No, I'm rocking the F91W, the Casio, the workhorse, the I'm not going anywhere watch, the beater watch, the I got shit to do around the house watch. the I just need to know what time it is watch. The indestructible little old $19 Casio, man. I love these things. Love them. Indestructible. The Speedy is downstairs, sleeping next to my bedroom. Roadrunner says, I can't wait to see that Street Triple on track. I put out a track review video of it yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. So go and check that out. And I also put it on the first ride, too. I kind of doubled up on that, which is nice. Pretty nice. Nice to see someone notice the Speedmaster. Thank you very much. I do love that watch a whole lot. That was my first big boy watch when I turned 30. I was like, all right, let's get the Omega, because I know kind of have a little watch collection, and I really do love the Speedmaster, especially with that NATO strap I have. Really nice. Says Yams hates the GS 1300. Ever watched before? That's funny. Says he loves the F91W. Yeah, man, it's a sweet watch. I really enjoy it. It's like I said, just total workhorse. It does everything you need to do. To me, it feels like the dual sport of watches, where you're like, it is a known quantity. It's just perfect size, nice and readable, just great, water resistant, really nice. Bamaron says, why the 636 over the 600RR? I think the 636 just has more torque. I just preferred it when I rode it. I've ridden a 600RR. I want to say, I think somebody let me ride one on track one time, and I just felt like it was a little gutless for what it was, to be honest. And I was kind of like, it was okay. I just had more fun on the 636. I just got along with it better. Boys, 8 minutes on the stream here. Let's jump in, shall we? Let's do questions. If you got more questions you want to ask me, drop them on chat. I always got my eye kind of on the chat while I'm doing the questions and stuff, so just let me know. But yeah, let's begin, shall we? It's the Yammie Noob. Rider questions answered. We still see a Turbo Busa in your future. I think at some point you will ride a Turbo Busa. I really, really hope that you do, because it is life-changing, life-altering. And you guys know, let me know in the chat right now if I should do something. I'm asking you a question now. That's how this video starts. Let me know if I should do something with the Hayabusa again. I kind of feel like I've beaten that horse with the stick, and it's firmly dead. and I don't need to keep beating it anymore. But I feel like we're missing some sort of meme machine on the channel. Some sort of big, dumb, stupid bike feels like it needs to exist on the channel. So let me know. Let me know if you think I should actually do something like that. Okay, let's jump in. Daily T444E on YouTube has asked, hey, Yam, do you think it's worth making a Sportster 48 into a trackable bike, or should I just get a sport bike? Okay, so by the time you guys watch this on YouTube, we'll have released a video where I rode my Touareg 660 and my Scrambler on track. Both relatively stock Pirelli Rally Scorpion tires, non-tuned suspension, about as far away from a proper track bike as you can get. And I had a lot of fun. And I thought it was totally workable. And even at my skill level on track, which is relatively high compared to the average Joe Schmo, it was pretty good, you know? And so I think that when you take a Sportster 48, you know, unless you're talking about like, you know, you have tons of experience, you really want to go out there, you want to have a lot of fun, I think you could rock that bike for like 6, 7, 8 track days, bone stock, and just have a blast. If I remember correctly, the 48 is already a little more sporty than the standard model. I think it has dual disc brakes up front, inverted suspension in the front. I believe that's what the 48 is, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that if it's the bike you got, just rock it, just go have some fun. But without a doubt, even an SV650 would obliterate a Sportster 48, let alone a 600. So I would say if you're able to, just add the sport bike. It'll be easier, but don't stress too much about making the Sportster into a trackable bike. If it has 2 wheels and rubber, you can take it on track. That's what I would say. So, next question. LeBron saying on Instagram. I won't comment on that username. All I'll say is that I love that there's so many African-American guys that love Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why that's a trend, but that's like a thing. This person has asked, oh my goodness. This person has asked, at what point do you start checking your lap times at the track? Great question. I think that lap times start to become important maybe by track day number 5 or 6. The reason I say that is because you could produce a reasonable lap time with awful technique, right? You could produce a lap time that's like okay, riding super dangerously, really on the edge of limits, really on the edge of traction, and like not working proper lines, but you're just adding a ton of gas and riding really fast, right? And that's not good. You need to build a strong fundamentals before you start thinking about getting lap times down. And lap times are a thing that, like, if you're practicing proper brake, proper throttle, proper lines, and then eventually proper body position, and you're using all of the track and you're minimizing your coasting, lap times are something that just naturally happens to come down. That's a result of you practicing the right thing. It's very similar to dragging knee. You should never try to drag knee. You should ride in such a way that it'll just happen. You know what I mean? Like, it just ends up happening. In a way, it's sort of like when you're courting a young lady, right? If you're coming at it from a place of desperation, you want it so bad, you're like, oh my God, I need to get this girl, I need to get this girl, I need to do this. It's not going to happen for you, right? If you come at it from a place of abundance, you know, you come at it from that more cool-headed place, you know, same thing, you show up to a negotiating table, you can walk away from the deal, right? This mindset of like being cool about it and letting it happen is absolutely the right way when it comes to lap times, dragging a knee, getting the girl, and getting the deal at the negotiating table. Look at that. Yammie Noob life advice for you in the middle of the live stream. All I'm saying is that lap times will naturally come down. So philosophically, don't worry about it. But if you really do want to think about lap times, I would say track day 4, 5, 6, something like that. So yeah, just focus on those fundamentals. Scabosian on Discord. Great username. I just like saying that. I picked up an R3 back in October, but I haven't done much riding in traffic. Is there a benchmark or a few that you can give me to let me know I'm ready for commuting? Commuting is one of those things where you you just got to get up and do it. There's nothing that you're really going to be able to practice in a parking lot or in a controlled environment that will prepare you for the unpredictability of traffic. What I would say is, before you tackle rush hour traffic and a crazy commute, go out on off hours or later at night or early in the morning when there's fewer traffic, and then you could try, mixing it up with those cars or whoever's around there. And then you could try your, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, if you're unfortunate enough to have to grind Monday through Friday at an office or at a commute, on those off hours, those rush hour traffic. Because, getting off of work and you're really tired, that's going to make your riding a little bit different. But there's nothing to it but to do it, right? You just gotta go for it. So I think that in terms of a benchmark, if you just picked up an R3 in October, I'm assuming of this year, 2024, in December, you're more than ready. I think you're more than ready. Like, let's see you in traffic, start doing some light work in traffic, go out in like more wide suburban areas, and just start giving it a shot. Then you can kind of move your way up into the highway and move your way up into like, gridlocked kind of stuff. And you're going to get there. You're going to get there. Okay. J.O. on Instagram. Best sport bikes for taller riders, 6 foot plus. Okay, so anecdotally, I believe that the mid-2000s to early 2010s Ducatis fit pretty well for bigger riders. If memory serves me correctly, there's a user on our Discord named Bankshift Bill who had a Ducati 848, and he is a taller guy. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". We've done a few track days together a few years ago, and I remember that he mentioned that he had a Daytona, felt really cramped on it. He got an 848, way more roomy, right? So the old school Ducatis tend to be a little bit more roomy. There are also a few 600s that are a little bit bigger than you would imagine as well, too. Gixxer 750 is a great fit as well for 6 foot plus riders. But the big thing you can do that makes any sport bike much more comfortable for taller riders is simply adjusting the rear sets and the clip-ons, right? You can get a lot of extension on both the clip-ons and the rear sets of your body. Like, the ergonomics of a bike are super important and they have to fit you, right? And so getting those clip-ons and those rear sets all in the right positions will definitely help you out. Okay, next question here. Belvedere Hayes on YouTube. What are the most important tools for most work on your bike? Boys, I'd love to ask you on here, what do you think is like your number one most important tool for work on your bike? I think rear stand has to be number one on my list. Like, you need to do almost anything, you need a rear stand. That's like the number one tool. Also, going back to the previous question, Danny put in Aprilia Miele and Aprilia RSVR. Those are really great bikes for larger commuters as well and larger riders as well. Just putting that out there. I would say rear stand is my number one tool. Without it, you can't do anything else. A basic set of sockets in metric sizes. I'm assuming you have a Japanese or a European bike. If you have an American bike and it's in all 1/8 and 1/4 inches or whatever, God bless you. I don't mess with SAE tools. I don't do that. Metric tools, I would say between as small as 7mm sockets all the way up to maybe for the kit, maybe like your kind of 20mm, that sort of thing. You're also going to want to get sockets that fit your axles. Those are very specific. Sometimes they're as big as, 27mm, 30mm, 35mm, or some weird sizes like that. Whatever fits your bike so you can actually get the axles off and you can get the wheels off. That's really important. And then Peyton on here said the thing I was about to say is Allen keys. You absolutely need Allen keys. Like, so many bikes have hex keys or Allen keys to get fasteners and other things off. Like, you're absolutely going to run into those, and it's super important as well. Jason mentioned here JS screwdrivers. Yes, super important so you don't strip those bolts and those screws. Torx bits also. If you have a more higher end motorcycle, sometimes they put the don't touch stuff with Torx bits. That's those little star shaped bits that you'll see. Get those in a varying size. And honestly, with that, you can already do a lot of stuff. So I think those are some of the most important tools for most of the work. Honestly, that can already get you all the way there. But as Ari Henning is often prone to tell you guys, and I agree too, is get the service manual and you will learn what tools you need specifically for your bike. There are general tools you can get for most motorcycles, but every bike is a little different, and knowing and kind of just taking a look around your bike and seeing what the different bolts are will definitely help you too. There are some weird ass bolts on some motorcycles. I remember the subframe bolts for my Daytona was a crazy torque size I'd never seen before. I think it was like a 7-star. It was a super weird. I had to special order it. It was bizarre. But yeah. Cam717 dropped the question on here. Let me take a look. I bought a 2022 600RR last month. Haven't rode in 10 years since my bad wreck on my R6. Broke left femur. Much respect to you for info for new riders. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really sorry to hear about your left femur broke. That's a gnarly break, man. That's the thickest bone in the body, if memory serves me correctly. And I hope you can walk and you can still ride. But I'm really excited to hear that you got another 600 and you're gonna have some fun with it. So let's all drop some positive words of encouragement for Cam over here. All right. Abandon all art on YouTube. Okay, we got a big question here. I have been watching Motovlogger since 2015, comparing different bikes to start on and shopping for gear. Throughout that time, several people that I know were killed or seriously injured in car or bike accidents. So after a decade of being obsessed with motorcycles and much consideration, I have decided it is not worth it for me to get a bike. Whoa, wow. Are there any other ways to experience the thrill of exploring on two wheels without having to put your life in other people's hands? Well, first of all, I'm very sorry to hear that you know people that were killed or seriously injured in car and bike accidents. I do as well. I almost lost my life in a bike accident as well, and I know several guys who got killed, and it is an unfortunate reality of this thing that we love is that it is quite dangerous. And if you do this long enough, you will know people that die from it. There's an old saying that I think is quite true the older I get, is that there are bold riders, there are old riders, but there's not a lot of bold, old riders. And I think that's very true. Unfortunately, some riders ride beyond their skill sets. Things happen. You know, the world is a dangerous place. And I think that it is worth it for me personally to continue riding, but that was not your question. Your question is, are there other ways to experience the thrill of exploring on two wheels without having to put your life in other people's hands? And there certainly are. I think the two, I think the two things you could do are track days, because it's eminently safer than riding on the road. You could experience the thrill and the fun of a motorcycle and the way it was designed to be ridden, especially on track, in a fun way. And you don't have to pay for registration, insurance. You can just get a cheap bike, have fun, and enjoy those moments you get with it. That's really cool. The second way is riding off-road, man. Like, a lot of people ride enduro bikes and trail bikes and have a ton of fun doing that. You can still get very hurt on those bikes. Ask me how I know. You can fall off, and trees don't really give very much. They tend to push back quite a bit. But those are two ways that you could absolutely still enjoy two wheels without having it be so dangerous. I don't think that you need to put your life at risk on street. I will be very honest with you guys. I don't really ride on street as much as I used to when I was younger. I kind of got a lot of that out of my system. And nowadays, you know, I probably split as much time on track as I do on street, which really tells you a lot about my kind of riding. It's just, you know, like I said, traffic gets crazy every day. There's more distracted drivers. It is pretty tough to, you know, want to ride as much as I used to when I was younger. But there are so many mitigation strategies. There's so many ways to stay safe on your bike. And just remember that if you wear a helmet, you ride in the day, you don't drink alcohol, and you have proper training, and you wear all the right gear, man, you're already like orders of magnitude above the people that get hurt or killed on motorcycles. Orders and orders of magnitude. So, yeah, I would say that. I did see a question dropped in here. Let me take a look. Malamoto, $10. Thank you very much, my friend. Yo, dude, want to hear your thoughts on KTM dropping the MV Agusta partnership? They were purchasing the bikes from them and distribute them along with Price. Are my dragster and F3 now screwed? So this is super crazy. The whole KTM situation is so insane with what's happening right now. So Malamoto's referencing the situation with KTM where they're like 3 billion euros in debt or whatever, or is like 800 million euros in debt. The number grows every day, it seems, because it seems like they're not telling us exactly what's wrong with the company, which is fair. MV Agusta was purchased by the Pierre Mobility Group as part of their crazy acquisition plans in the last couple of years. And now that they are dropping the MV Agusta thing, I think MV is probably going to be picked up by another brand. It is way too valuable to just let go. MV Agusta has such an allure and a specific and niche market, and I really can't imagine that they're going to be left high and dry. Somebody's going to come in and swoop them up. I don't imagine it'll be, like a big VW, Volkswagen or Audi group or whatever, like it was with Ducati in 2012. But I could see another motorcycle company maybe absorbing them rather, and something like that. So I think you will still get parts for your dragster and F3. But that's the thing with an MV Agusta, man. You never know. You never know what's going to happen with them. They're always around, and then gone and then back again. And that's Italian. That's how Italian motorcycle companies always were historically. Is like they came, they went, they, went bankrupt, they came back, they went racing, they lost all their money. It's just always like that, So, yeah. All right, Rotting Pumpkin Reviews on YouTube. What do you think of the Moto Morini Escape 650 and the Moto Morini in general with them coming to the US? I think it compares really interestingly with your Touareg 660, kind of a budget Touareg coming in with a little less power, but only being $8,000. So I reviewed an Escape 650 and the Moto Morinis in 2022, I think, or 3. I can't remember what year I did that. I thought they were super lackluster. I'm sorry, but they were very, very lackluster compared to other bikes in the category. The Moto Morinis do not have the 270-degree crank, making the engines just kind of like, a little flat, a little boring. The Touareg and the Tenere both have that 270-degree crank. They're both spicy. They're both fun. They're built by companies that really know what they're doing. Not to say that Moto Morini doesn't, but to me, it just felt like a bike that was slapped together pretty cheap, didn't really feel all that exciting or interesting to ride, and wouldn't really be something that I'd want to return to. Yes, it is cheaper, but you really do get what you pay for. I would really recommend getting a Tenere 700 and especially a Touareg 660 instead of an Escape 650. No doubt in my mind. No doubt. All right, next question. Kyle Gill Breath 6699. How do you prevent and or get out of a tank slapper / death wobble asking for a friend? So I've had a tank slapper on a motorcycle once, and I've had a tank slapper, I guess, / death wobble on a bicycle twice. And the way you prevent it is it sounds crazy, but you just have to believe. You have to believe that the motorcycle wants to stay upright, even though it is doing something absolutely crazy. And your mind says, hang on for dear life. You have to lighten the grip. You got to let it sort itself out, because what it's going to do is it's going to get violent, and then it's going to oscillate slowly back to center, and then it'll be fine again. It's super scary to do that, and I think I only successfully did it on a motorcycle because I didn't know what else to do. I think I just panicked and I just kind of lightened up and I was like, well, let's see what happens, because that's kind of, it was on track. That's my approach whenever that happens on track, because I'm like, well, I'll just slide off and, I probably won't die. But, that's what you got to do. You got to lighten it up and you got to just let it do its thing, because the gyroscopes on the motorcycle want to keep it upright. If you're going fast enough, it is very unlikely for it to tank slap enough for it to just completely wipe out unless you're still grabbing it and fighting it. If you're fighting it, it will do that. And I've seen many videos where you get tank slappers and the bike just tips over, right? And the best way to prevent it is to not set your wheelies down crossed up. It's pretty rare to get a tank slapper just going straight and not really doing anything, if it just starts, you might have a wheel imbalance that causes that, but it's pretty rare. But that would be my recommendation. Tempest saying he's looking to get an R3 in March, and your video is very helpful. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. Okay, Tim Vuz 48067. What's one tip you would give for someone who's about to take the MSF course? I would say keep an open mind. don't think that you're going to ace it. Don't think that you already know everything. Show up with humility, show up willing to learn, show up with the mindset that you are there to develop a new skill that you haven't done before, and you're there to have fun. The MSF is a lot of fun. You've never done it before, and if you've never ridden, it's going to be a lot of fun to be on a motorcycle. It's going to be very exciting. I still vividly remember my first day at the MSF. It was a great day. I had so much fun, and I was so pumped up to start riding. And I was so excited to like finally do this thing that I'd wanted to do for so long. And it changed my life, you know, like it gave me this new skill. It gave me this YouTube channel. And like, I don't know what I'd be doing if I didn't have motorcycling, but I certainly wouldn't have had all the amazing experiences I've had. YouTube channel notwithstanding, some of my favorite memories have been on a motorcycle. So yeah, I would say let it happen, be cool, be calm, and just enjoy the ride. Yeah. Randall here says, show up and have fun. That's it. Keep it light, keep it breezy, baby. Eeyore042. How do you tune suspension? Okay, I'm not a suspension guru by any means. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I know very rudimentary how to set up a motorcycle suspension for me. So, okay, here's the general rule, right? The first thing you got to do is to make sure that your suspension can be tuned in some way. What I mean by that, you need to have adjustability, right? You need to be able to set the preload, set rebound, and set compression at both the front and the rear. That's like the baseline of what you should be able to tune, right? For fully adjustable, as we say. If you're not able to do one of those, two of those, or all of those, then you might need to change suspension components or upgrade suspension components or just work with what you have. Anyways, the first thing you do for suspension tuning, it's the most important thing, is to make sure that your rear shock spring, the spring that's actually on the rear shock on the motorcycle, the rear suspension unit, right? I don't know why I took like 9 different words to say that. You need to make sure that the spring is sized for your weight. Many motorcycles ship with a kind of ideal rider weight in mind for the spring. If the spring is not strong enough for your weight, you're going to bottom it out basically, and you won't be able to get enough travel out of the rear suspension, right? You're going to crank in a bunch of preload, which is the second thing I'm going to talk about, and the shock is just going to not move, right? Because you cranked up all the preload to make sure that the sag was correct. Now, the sag is the most important thing for the rear suspension. You want to make sure that the preload is set so that you have, for sport bikes, it's between 25 to 30 millimeters of suspension travel for sag. And that's something that you typically need somebody to look at because you're trying to see how much, the tail is moving whenever you sit on it. I'm doing a very poor job of explaining all this, by the way. I'm trying to move through this question pretty quickly. Anyways, you get the right spring, you set the preload. That's like half the battle right there. And then from there, you can dial in compression and rebound to make the suspension work for your front end. You want to make sure if it's on track, for example, like it's compliant, because what a suspension is doing is dealing with bumps. The suspension is oscillating, right? It doesn't want to move too fast or too slow. Long story short, if you really want to tune suspension, I suggest taking it to a professional. There's only so much you can do as a rider yourself, and the more you work with a professional, the more it's going to help. So that's a very, very quick and dirty TLDR on suspension. I probably did a very poor job of explaining that, so I apologize if I did. All right, boys, that's the questions. Take a quick little sip of water there. And let's move on to the next section. Let's just check in on the chat here. On the Road says, hey, Yam, love your videos. I hope you have a great rest of the year. God bless. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. RJ said, so many people forget to adjust the preload. Yeah, for sure. It's so crazy that you got guys like dialing in compression and rebound, and I'm like, dude, did you even like set the sag on this thing? Like, is the spring correct? Like, that's like the first thing you got to do. But it's more fun to get off track and then, do 2 clicks of compression, be like, bro, I'm really feeling it out there, and like, go out there and, have some fun. Viola Sound says, when do beginner group track tickets usually start selling? At my local track, the Ridge Motorsports, only one instruction group has track day tickets. with instruction for sale. We're right now, you're in the off season, so I would say you're probably going to see signups start around like late January, early February for like maybe March or April earliest for the Ridge. I would imagine that's when they probably start up the season. So I would say, yeah, Mr. Wilson says your throat is all dried up from the talking. I know, right? That's why I was drinking water, man. Hold on. I need more. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Folks, it's the Bike Roaster Boast, Part 2, Facebook Marketplace Edition. We had a lot of fun with this one last time, so we decided to reach out to the public once again. The random Facebook people. This is quite the graphic that producer Logan has described here. It's just beautiful. Look at the skeletons dying in the fire of Mark Zuckerberg. Really, really good. All right, let's begin, shall we? Turbo lamp, $750. A lamp? Custom lamp made from a turbocharger with black gold shade. Weighs 33.91 pounds. You could curl with that bad boy. You could beat a man to death with that. You could, if you wanted to, that could be your weapon of choice for the small Filipino boy from a couple episodes ago. We're not going to talk about that, though. We're going to get demonetized. Real heat wrap on the neck exhaust. The turbo has seen 20 PSI and anti-lag fire shooting from the exhaust. I figured this is a good retirement for it. Oh my God. I don't know. Boys, do we love or do we hate the turbo lamp? Honestly, boys, the turbo lamp is kind of sick. Look at that. I don't know about $750, but I'm kind of into it. This feels like something you would buy and put in your home, and then your wife would be like, what on God's green earth is that? And you're like, it's staying. I don't care what you say. Be like, this thing is absolutely staying in the house. Don't even ask me. Oh, yo, check it out. The table is a block. Look at that. He's got an engine block as a little side table. That's a nice setup. Yeah, see, Skids is like me. He says, love it. My wife would not. You just have to be forceful, but not too forceful. Just be like, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to, I love this lamp. I love this turbo lamp. I think this would best fit in a man cave of some sort. An office would be kind of cool. 750 is a bit much, but I'm kind of digging the turbo lamp. It's kind of cool. It's definitely a talking piece. That's for sure. You get some friends over, you get some ladies over, like, what is that? And then you tell the story. Kind of cool, man. It's kind of cool. I like it. 750 is too much. I think 300 is. I'd pay 300 for it. I'd pay 300 for it. All right. Starting the Bike Roaster Boast, not even with an actual bike. Thank you so much, producer Logan. I'm gonna rate this one a solid 8.5 out of 10. I like it a lot. Pretty sweet. Peyton says Etsy 240 LOL. Yeah, I know, right? Like, it definitely feels like you'd find it on Etsy for like $200 or whatever. But I'd pay at most 300 for it. At most. All right, next up. 1996 Ducati 900 SS, $4,000. 15,000 miles. Uh-oh. Do a little alarm here. Desmo service. Flashing lights. Stylish Italian classic motorcycle. Low miles for her age. No mechanical issues, but there is a crack in the front fairing from previous owner dropping the bike in the parking lot. Surely couldn't have been me. No. Wasn't me. I didn't drop it. No, boys. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Wasn't me. New battery, fuel pump, front and rear sprockets, chain, new set of tires, and oil and filter changed less than 1,500 miles ago. Lots of power. Using this as a daily commuter to work, so miles will slightly increase. Clean NC title. 100%. If you keep riding this and you don't do those Desmos, you're going to have a bad time. Oh, it's very pretty, though, isn't it? Oh, it's very pretty. And I do... Okay. Well, all right. All right, screw it. We'll do the Desmos. Okay. I can fix her, boys. I can fix her. It's fine. Oh, it's pretty sick, though, isn't it? It's pretty freaking sweet. Look at that. That's a real Ducati right there. A gold trellis frame. Beautiful air-cooled L-twin motor just dangling there. I'm trying to see this damage he mentioned in the front. Oh, I think that's it right there, that little crack. See that? That is a bummer. Skid says that's a sick bike. Buy it. How much does he want for it? $4 grand? Yeah, that's a lot of good-looking motorcycle for $4 grand, right? Man, as long as it runs right. Oh, man, I'd be tempted. God, maybe 2025 we do a classic bike, huh? That would be pretty freaking sweet, huh, boys? Zappy says front looks like an EX. Okay, a little bit, okay? It kind of looks like a Ninja 250 from the front, okay? But it's red, and it's classic, and it's a Ducati, and it's doing like the half-fared thing. The Super Sport 900 is the bike that made Hunter S. Thompson? Hunter L. Thompson? Hunter S. Thompson, right? Yeah. It made him cream in his jeans, and he wrote that whole article about it that's cringe as hell. 3-spoke wheels. The beautiful upside down. I like it, dude. I'm into it. I'll do it. $4 grand. I'll do it. YOLO. I can't. Dude, I'm telling you, I can't. I like the normal bike roaster boasts where it's y'all's bikes and they're not for sale. Because when they're for sale, I'm always like, I'll do it. I'll freaking do it, dude. I swear to God, I'll do it. But yeah, you're going to have to do the Desmos immediately on that. And that's at least, if you take it to a dealer, that's like a $1,200 service. So that's a bit of a bummer. We're going to rate this one a 7 out of 10. Very pretty. Desmo service is a bummer. Let's keep it rolling, shall we? 2009 Kawasaki Ninja, $2,700, boys. 10,000 miles. Clean title. Bike runs good. I have a couple of things that are aftermarket to make it look a little better. And I'm trying to sell it as soon as I can. Price is negotiable. $2,700 in 2024 is negotiable? Oh, my God. Oh, that's why. Okay. We have, well, it looks like a third grader on this bike. Man, you got to hit the gym. You haven't got that little third grader legs. This must just be a very unflattering angle of this young man. I think it's like the combination of the pants and the shoes. I'm like, you're in third grade. You look like a little third grade hype beast. That's the bike from GTA San Andreas. Yeah, a little bit. Look at all these stickers. Oh, geez. The Chinesium exhaust. What is this red up here? The stickers. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Why does it mismatch? Did he say he have a title? Does he have a title? Clean title. Bike runs good. Okay, he does have the title. That is good. Oh, man, you've molested. Look at all the crap on here. Why is there's mismatched bolts? Look at this. Look at these bolts that are mismatched. What are these grips? Nobody, what is even that? What the hell is even that, boys? What is that? Come on. Look at all these stickers you guys have to take off. I would love to tell people, it's like, if you take the time to just remove all the stickers and clean the frickin' bike, you will have a much better time selling it. If you just take the stickers off, if you just clean it real good, it goes up like $500 in value all day long. Danny said it's a small Filipino boy. He would, okay, take this guy, scrunch him down, right? Fold his legs up and his arms up. Hog tie him up if you have to. He'll fit on the top box of those other bikes we saw. Absolutely would, right? Malamoto said added parts to make it nice. What parts have made this nicer? Literally nothing. Literally nothing at all. Metal Guy says classic is far before 90s. My friend, the 90s were 30 years ago, so anything older than 25 years is a classic at this point. It's true. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's true. Is this the same bike? Yeah, it is. Oh my God. Yeah, it's okay, dude. It's okay. 2,700. Knock this down to Knock this down to $2,000 flat because I got to take the stickers off and I got to. The freaking grips don't even match, bro. The grips don't match. The stickers, the fairings don't match. You got this crappy Chinesium exhaust. Yeah, I mean, the most I'd pay for this is 2. What I'd want to pay for it is like 17 because it's, yeah. Beatmaster said pay 3 just to watch to get it crushed. Come on. It could still live a useful life. It could still do something. It could still, teach somebody how to ride as long as you get proper grips on it. I'm going to rate this one a 4 out of 10. I'm not feeling this one at all. And come on. Playboy stickers. Cringe. Okay. 2001 Honda CBR 929RR, $6,200. Okay. 24,500 miles. CBR 929RR for sale. I love this bike, but she gets me into too much trouble. She's too fast. Cash in king. Please no lowball offers. It's one of a kind with OEM fairings and extremely well taken care of. No rush to sell, but I want to find someone who will enjoy her as much as I have. I love these kind of guys. These are the guys that I already have so many opinions. These are the dudes that are like, oh, bro, if I got a bike, I'd kill myself. I'm just too crazy. I'm like, no, you're a pussy. Like, you're not gonna do anything. Like, you're not gonna wide open a $4,000 piss missile Hayabusa and kill yourself. You're gonna get on the bike, waddle it out of the parking lot, drop it, and then be like, I gotta sell it because it's too fast. Shut up. Don't tell me that. Also, this dude's out here in the sand. You probably dropped it in the sand because you're scared. The second thing I know about this guy is that he's wearing these jeans that look, I don't know if it's the lighting, but you look like you sat in the. Okay, check this out. You see this right here? He was sitting up against the bike. Look at that. Look at the dent in the sand right here, and then the sand right here. So you put sand on the bike. You're wearing your little track boots with your little hoodie and stuff. Okay, I'm just being mean to this guy. I'm being mean. Let's talk about the bike. The bike is nice. We have to admit, the 929RR. This one is pretty. No, what is that? Get that crap off of there. What is this? What are the grips? You and the ninja guy are friends. Oh my god. What's up with the grips? What's up with the lights, bro? What are we doing? Oh my god. No, I'm not paying you. How much did you want? 65? 62? No. Absolutely not. You're completely out of your mind. Freaking headlight. What is this? That better be a sticker. I swear to Christ, it better be a sticker. Because if you actually painted this on there, you'll never sell it. And you got the freaking, the grips are terrible. The completely blacked out windshield so that when you go full tuck, you just can't see anything. Always love that. The underglow lights. Just actively reducing value on this bad boy. And for what? For what? Why have you reduced value on it? B-Master says $3,300. Right? I don't know. 62, dude. 62? This to me is a $4,000 bike. I think when it was clean, it was $5,000. With these stickers and this crap on it, it's dropped the value to me. So, to me, this is sitting somewhere in the $4,500 range. That's what I would do. And it's certainly not one of a kind. They made a lot of these. They made a lot of these bikes. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that at all. Freaking headlight stickers on here. Squid mods. You can just tell this dude's a total squid. What do you say? Gets me in too much trouble. She's too fast. Oh, bro, you're too much of a badass, dude. You just get in too much trouble with this thing, man. You're too badass, bro. Gotta leave it to the rest of us, man. He's too cool. You ain't as cool as the guy with the stroked out $4,000 Busa. He knows what he's got. Runner asks, have you ever ridden a 929? I've not gotten the chance to ride these, but I've ridden, what'd you call it? Oh my God, my memory is not cooperating with me right now. I've ridden too many bikes. I rode some old Honda that was similar in displacement, but I can't remember right now. But I'd like to ride one of these. I bet you it still feels pretty modern and still pretty fresh. All right, this one we're going to rate 5 out of 10. Let's keep it moving. Okay, we got Cuckoo Town over here. 2000 Kawasaki Ninja, $8,500. Okay. All new plastic, mirrors, turn signals, brakes front and back, chain, sprocket, K&N air filter, rebuilt carburetor, new windshield, headlight, Myrtle West wheels and swing arm, air ride, new battery, rebuilt front forks, freshly painted, new tune-up. Okay. Let's see. 8,000, 8,500? Oh, boys. Wow. Chromed out, old school highway racer bike, boys. Man, what's that movie called? Biker Boys? This is straight up Biker Boys. The green flames, the green seat. Oh my God. Got the bottle in the middle here. Shoo, air. Shoo. Got the chrome grips. Everybody, what is with North Carolina and the damn grips, guys? Get the freaking grips correct. Holy crap. Oh, man. It's pretty clean, but it's bizarre. ZX9, is that what that says? That's an old school bike, man. Yeah, 2000s, carbureted. Yeah, dude. Wow, it looks like it's going, happy to be here. Hello. Look at this thing's face. Yeah, Danny says you can see Lawrence Fishburne on that bad boy. Absolutely, right? This thing has a face only a mother could love with the green flames. Man, this really looks like some goofy version. Oh, god damn. Wow. Look at the badonk on her, boys. And then the sticker says orgasm donor. Ooh, how cool. That's very, very cool. Wow. Big thicken on him. The rear tire was definitely a jump scare for me. I'm not going to lie. Look at the big fat wheel. Big fat chrome wheel. Damn, she thick at the rear. She thick, boys. Damn, boy, she thick. That's a thick ass boy. Damn. Oh my God. Again, well executed, but terrible design, right? Green flames painted, the crazy stretch, the chrome. It is a, it's a timepiece. This is a museum piece. This one should be put up in the Smithsonian as a sort of like, like what was going on in the early 2000s in human culture. This kind of explains most of what was happening in that time. You think about nu metal, you think about the .com bubble, you think about the excesses of the 90s, you think about neoliberalism, you think about all those things. It culminates in this, right? Edgelord graphics, excess, fast, cross culture, right? A Japanese bike meets American highway racing. I think it's I think it's something we should really think about more, and it deserves to be a museum. Don't lock this away in a barn, my friend. Don't sell it to some random person. You should really donate this thing to advance human culture and human spirit. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I would never buy it, but I'm glad it exists. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one. I mean, the price was crazy, right? $8,500, but I get it because it's like all modified and stuff, like, I don't know. I'm feeling generous because I think it's pretty clean. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, 2000 Suzuki TL1000. Ooh, the Widowmaker, boys. That's the one that had the problem with the shock at the rear and it would kill people. 2000 Suzuki TL1000 V-Twin, 24,000 miles, title in hand, clean title. Brand new tires front and rear, aftermarket levers, exhaust from a Honda 1000, LED lights, and aftermarket mirrors. Okay, 4 grand. Let's see what we get. Oh, come on. Lucky Strike livery. Let's go. One of the best ones to ever do it, boys. That was a great livery for Suzuki back in the day. Believe it was Kevin Schwantz, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Kevin Schwantz did the Lucky Strike. Pretty sick. Yeah. Yeah, Danny backed me up here with the rotary shock. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. We did a video on these. We did a whole segment on them. I remember that. These have aged very strangely. Like, they used to do this with this crazy big cowl in the back and the crazy big tail. The Lucky Strike livery's kind of cool. Big Twins are just, they're cool in general. I'm a big fan of Big Twins. You can make a Tig Old Biddies joke there if you want, but I won't do it. It's pretty clean. I like it. I don't think I've ever seen a TL that looks this good, honestly. I think it looks pretty nice. Yeah, Lightning says it looks like a GP back from the 90s. Yeah, because Kevin Schwantz had the Lucky Strike livery. You know what? I'm really digging it. Yeah. But that damn rotary shock, man. Yeah, the TL is, I don't know. The TL's it's a weird bird. I'm kind of digging it though. It's pretty clean. I think I'm in love. The exhausts are fitted in a really crazy way. Those stick out way too much and look way too weird. I would have preferred a 2-1 just off the side. This doesn't look good to my eye. And that's not from the bike itself. He said it was from a random Honda 1000. Danny says it was made to look like the TLR. Maybe. I could see that. I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I'm trying to find things to not like on. I mean, he's got the Amazon levers on it. That's no good, but it's okay. We'll forgive him. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this is a wide load. This is a big boy. But honestly, you know, it'd be worth it to go and check it out and maybe take it for a test ride if you got cash in hand, see if you like it, because I think it's pretty cool. I'm telling you, I got this weird hankering now to get an old school bike and just make some content with it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I don't think you get dick all views though, but people love a new bike in the universe, and my life has finally calmed down enough to where I'm gonna start acquiring motorcycles again. They're multiplying in my garage again as we speak, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I think this one's pretty sweet. Okay, we'll give this one a 7.5 out of 10, which I believe is the same rating I gave to that Stretch Ninja. So that really tells you where my head's at today. Okay, here we go. Truly Facebook stuff. 2013 Roadhogs custom motorcycle, $40,000. This is a custom chopper with 21 first place trophies. Trophies in what? The Special Olympics? Second place in Easy Rider International. I have all the receipts for this build. So just explain to me what possible competition would a chopper be in? Would it just exist? God damn! Somebody stretched it out in Photoshop. Yeah, somebody explain to me what competition a chopper would be involved in other than just a purely aesthetic one where it just sits there. What? There's no way this rides, right? There's no front brake, by the way. No front brake. You don't need it where you're going. Oh, look at the hand. Look, you don't want to mess with this guy. This guy is the final boss in Full Throttle. Y'all ever play that game when you were a kid, Full Throttle? He's collected all the other Chopper Boys souls on these rings. He has absolutely look at this crusty, gnarled old hand gripping the throttle. This is the dude that types the comments telling you you'll never be man enough. He's like, you are just nothing. I ride a chopper. You ain't a real rider, bro. And he's got these gnarled, gross hands with the rings on them, and he punches you in the face with them. And he's like, get out of my bar. That's this guy. Holy crap. So I'm trying to understand. So I guess this is where you put your feet. They just slide right off because these are not only polished, but they're pokey too. And I think that's the same with the handlebar over here. Just some random wretched giant SNS Harley motor or whatever the hell. Yeah. And he wanted $40,000 for this piece of crap. Oh my god, look at this thing. Oh, it's so custom, bro. It's so good, dude. You don't even know how good this thing rides. Jeez, dude, 40 grand. For what? Was that all just labor? What did you really buy here? Probably custom fabrication, blah blah blah. Oh my god. Look at this thing. Oh, it's so ungodly loud. Look at that with the I can't believe a chopper like this has heat wrap on it. That's pretty ridiculous. Viola says, I'd rather ride the Guy Fieri Green Flames mess than that. Yeah, I'd rather take the Ninja. Look at this. Where does it end? Where does it begin? You don't know. You could start at that front wheel and just like, you could keep like showing it and it just never gets to the motorcycle. You'll never get there. And it looks like you have about 4 millimeters of ground clearance. So imagine going over a pothole with this thing. Well, first of all, you'd feel the pothole in the front wheel, and then about 10 minutes later, you'd feel it at the rear wheel because they're so disconnected. I mean, wheelbase has got to be what? 200 inches? I mean, this thing is legitimately one of the longest motorcycles I've ever seen. Look at the cockpit. Look at this thing. What the heck? What? How do you, where do you start it? What do you do? And is there a throttle here? Is it inside of this bar? How does this work? And there's no front brake, right? So yeah, I guess you can only stop with the rear. I mean, God bless you. You're not going to go very fast with this thing, but it does look a little terrifying. All right, let's give it a rating. I hate it. I mean, I really do. I think this is a hateful bike. 40 grand, gnarled old man hands with the 9 different rings on there. I don't like anything about it. It all makes me feel weird. And like I'm about to take part in some sort of domestic abuse trial or something like that. Yeah, man. I think we got to rate this one like I think I got to rate like a 3 out of 10. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not digging it. I think choppers have had their day in the sun, you know? Like they are definitely also a product of like early 2000s excess, and I don't really think we're going to see them come back just because they just don't work. Like just functionally speaking, they're not a motorcycle that is fun to ride, and people want bikes that are fun to ride. So, yeah, 3 out of 10. All right. 2007 BMW G650X Challenge, $5,800. G650X, I've never heard of that one. Turnkey BDR ready, 22,000 miles, lots of accessories, Olin shock, Renasco racing suede seat, tires, chains, sprockets, exhaust, filter, tons of spares, keep you riding, clean title and name. Excuse me, inspected in June. Needs nothing but a rider, lighter, faster than a KLR 650L. Well, that's really not saying much, is it? Let's take a look. Ooh, kind of cool. Okay. Is this a single cylinder? BMW. When did they make this bike? 2007 BMW G650X. What a strange motorcycle, guys. I think I've seen one G650 now that memory serves me correctly. I've never seen this X version of it. That's kind of like a rally bike. That's kind of cool. I went to a trip to Mexico in 2019 on my desert sled, and there was a dude on a BMW G650. I remember that, but it looked nothing like this. So this X must be some sort of rally model or something like that. And I guess this is like a special challenge edition or something. This is kind of cool. Like I'm really digging this, honestly. It looks proper. It looks like a super fun, capable, do anything motorcycle. I mean, I love bikes like this. These are like kind of bikes that I think you can do anything with. That super clean dash. He's got the sat nav on it too. Dang. Can somebody find the specs for the weight for this thing on chat? I'm actually curious what it weighs. Olin shock. He's replaced the shock out back. The seat looks comfortable. Man, you could do a whole lot worse than this for, like, you know. How much do you want? $5,800? Does it run okay? That's the question. I have no idea what. Oh, don't show me the chopper. I have no idea what would happen. Tons of spares, saddle, aux fuel tank, brake pads, levers, manual, service filters. Taylor says 325 pounds. That's really good for like a long distance adventure bike thing. Kind of in that unicorn bracket. That's pretty damn light, honestly. Yeah, I know it's no Husky 500 or whatever, but I mean, it doesn't need to be because it's going to be a lot more capable with a bigger motor like that. I mean, yeah, it is better than a KLR. I kind of agreeing with the guy. I like this one a lot. You don't see stuff like I've never seen a BMW G650X challenge before. This is quite the rare bird, and honestly, pretty friggin' sweet. I'm into it. I love rare bikes like this. This one looks very well taken care of. Looks like a fun forest bike. Yeah, man. I'm into it. 9 out of 10 for this one. I like it. Yeah. This is good. All right. This, I think, is the last one. 2007 Suzuki Hayabusa. $7,500. 2007 Suzuki Hayabusa, driven 123,222 miles. Oh my God. Gen 1 Busa drag bike, great starter, grudge bike, Atom 73-inch swing, DME air shifter, Power Commander 5, cams and light headwork done, asking $7,500 or best offer. Boys, how on God's green earth? How on God's green earth does this Busa have 123,000 miles on it? Logan says the Busa she tells you not to worry about. God damn! Oh my lord, dude. This is that aero drag Busa. You cannot ride this on the street, boys. This is absolutely just a drag bike. How does it have so many miles? This is so crazy. It must have lived as a street bike that somebody just dailied. That's so many miles for a Busa. And then to be a drag bike with that many miles, how many freaking quarter-mile passes did you do on this thing? I guess we could do the math, right? Let's say, oh my God, that's a lot. There's no way. I'm just goofing right now. But if you were to do like 60,000 of those miles were at the drag strip, and all of them were quarter-mile passes, that would mean you did 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, or 28. Wow, I can't do math right now, but I think it'd be 280,000 passes or whatever. But that's not really how that works. No, 30,000. Yeah. I don't know, man. Who cares? Can't do the math right now in my head. Trying to be funny and look at chat and do math all at the same time is pretty hard. Oh, Jesus Christ. Man. This is the fate that all Busas try to aspire to, really. Wow. Slammed. This tail is like one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I wonder how fast it is at the drag strip. I mean, you could just launch the ever-loving bejesus out of this thing. It can't wheelie. You can't wheelie this bike, dude. There's no way. Yeah, Leadfoot says 120,000 miles on the stock Busa, then someone made this monstrosity. For sure. That's what I said. Yeah. The shape of this is just so bug-like, so insectoid, so even more grotesque than a regular Hayabusa. It really is something to behold. Yeah. Ryan Ryder, thank you for telling me the 6 times 4 is 30. I was trying to do way too many things at once, trying to be funny, trying to do math. It's late in the day. Who the hell knows? Okay, boys, here we go. Hopefully the last one, because I'm ready to wrap this one up. 2002 Malaguti F15 Ben Bostrom Ducati $3,200. 2002 limited edition Ben Bostrom F15 Malaguti. I don't even know what the hell that is. Only has 26 miles. Bought but only rode in my neighborhood a total of 6 miles. Perfect condition, has just been professionally serviced and has a new carb. Runs perfect. Excellent for a performance build. What the hell is a 2002 Malaguti? Oh, nice. Very, 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 very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my God, it's beautiful. What the hell? I love this scooter. It's adorable. Look at this thing. Race spec, boy. This looks like the kind of scooters that Rossi would just be popping wheelies on the back of in like the late 90s and like, you know, old paddock footage and stuff. Yeah, this is great. Dude, I am about this. Probably a tiny little 50cc two-stroke on it or something like that. Somebody asked me if it's an actual Ducati. No, they say it's a Malaguti F15. Boys, I'm really into this one. Yeah. RJ's backed me up here saying he wants it. I would get this. Totally would get this. Totally. I gotta start hunting for a scooter. I got to. I don't know what I could do with a scooter yet, but I got to start hunting for the scooter. Got to. Okay, I love this one. I'm rating it a 9 out of 10. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Little pass through. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, boys. Let's jump to the motorcycle trivia hardcore mode. What? Producer Logan has decided to make it more difficult. The last one was too damn easy. Well, let's begin, shall we? What were the professions of Soichiro Honda's parents? Oh, come on. What kind of... Brother, what? How would anyone even know that? I don't know. Rice farmer? I'm going to guess rice farmer. That's my answer for this one. Honda's father was a blacksmith and his mother was a weaver. Well, that makes sense why he ended up the way he did. So, yeah, now you know that fun little bit of trivia. Okay. A reproduction of Moto Guzzi's 1956 Odo V8 race bike sold at a London auction in 2016. How much was the final winning bid? Also, if you guys don't know about the Moto Guzzi Odo, look it up. We did a whole video on it. One of the most badass race bikes ever built. Insane. Literally an 8-cylinder race bike. So cool. I'm going to guess that the final auction for an Odo was, I'm going to say $250,000. The auto reproduction, built by a former Mandello mechanic, sold for $196,525,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah, but it makes sense. It doesn't even look like the original, though. That looks kind of funky. I guess this is probably the way that they built it. Look at what a death trap this thing was, dude. They literally mounted a V8 engine into a bicycle frame, and they said, go race it. So crazy, dude. So crazy. You guys saying 20 million, 100 mil? It's a reproduction, boys. This is, dude, you Gen Z kids, you have no concept of money. No concept of how much 10 million, 20 million actually is. That's way too much money. It can't be that much. It's a reproduction. Question. In what year was displacement changed from 600cc to 500cc for Grand Prix sidecar racing? Guessing by the photo, I'm going to say 1964. I'm just really shooting in the dark here with these questions. This is crazy. 1964 is my answer. Displacement was reduced in Grand Prix sidecar racing in 1951. Okay, I was wrong. These guys are nuts. Sidecar racing people are so insane. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Monster Camaro said, I have to watch your video. Yes, I think it's still up. Yeah. Green Pirate said, spot on price. That is $250,942. Is it really? Oh, yeah, because it's pounds. Yes, I was exactly correct. Just about. I said 250 grand. Come on. Come on. Somebody give it to me. Come on. All right. Husaberg. What is not a name of a former Husqvarna employee who's involved in the development of Husaberg, the dirt bike brand that came about after Cagiva bought Husqvarna in 1987? Can we just get a side note? That Husaberg logo is awesome. It's like Wolfenstein. It's like, it looks so sick and so 80s, like metal. I really like that Husaberg logo. That looks awesome. So who's not a name of a former Husqvarna employee? All these random Swedish dudes. Thomas Gustafsson, Ingmar Bergman, Urban Larsen, Bjorn Elwin. I don't frickin' know, dude. How about Bjorn? I think D. Urban? People think it's Urban? Could be Urban Larsen. Urban is a pretty crazy first name. All these other ones sound real. Let's do Urban. I like y'all's thought process. Oh, it was B. Ingmar Bergman was a famous Swedish filmmaker. Eat your frickin' pickled fish, you bastard. All right, question. Who built the retractable roof on the Sapporo Dome Stadium in Hokkaido, Japan? It's not even a motorcycle question. Maybe the answer is motorcycle related? What kind of question is this? How am I supposed to know who built the dome? It was Soichiro Honda. Kawasaki Heavy Industries. Of course they did. Of course they did. Boys, Kawasaki literally builds bikes as like a side hobby. Never forget that. Spencer said, Jeff. It was Jeff. In what year did production of the Kawasaki KLR 650 move from Japan to Thailand? I believe this is maybe someone doing the doohickey mod or whatever on the KLR. The KLRs have all their insane dumb mods because even though it's like the worst Japanese bike ever built. Okay, it's not the worst Japanese bike. It's pretty reliable, but they have really weird things about them, right? We can all agree. What year did they move from Japan to Thailand? I don't know. It feels like 2009. Financial crisis, maybe? Financial crisis? 2001? God, dude. The only question I've gotten correct was that auto question. I do not like this nightmare difficulty mode. All right, boys. That's the trivia. Let's round this out, have some fun with the mystery box. I literally took delivery of this thing an hour before the stream. Somebody dropped it off at my door. A nice Amazon package delivery person. I have no idea what's in it. I did sit on it accidentally because I put it on a chair and then ended up sitting on the chair without seeing it. So if it's crushed, I'm so sorry. It's some sort of costume. Love Eternal Men 3D printed pullover with pocket. Oh no, what is this? Oh, this is not some godforsaken pullover thing, right? Oh my god. Who's supposed to wear this? Is it a hoodie? Oh, it smells like factories. It smells like a weird factory worker thing. All right, so it's like an asbestos lined Santa on a motorcycle hoodie thing. Oh no. Producer Logan, I might have to wear this in some of the final Christmas videos we've got going on. I don't do enough costume work on Yammie Noob. I think we'd have more fun on this channel if I did more costumes again. We had a lot of fun doing the costumes. People loving it. Santa mobbing. Shoo, boy. Look at him. Look at him on the backside here. Dang. Damn. Damn. I feel like if you wear this, you reduce your lifespan by at least a couple of months. It feels really like you don't want to put this on your body. Like, we already have enough microplastics as it is. This feels like it's entirely made out of microplastics. Boys, that's going to wrap up the stream for today. I hope you had some fun. Hope you learned something. Hope I was able to answer some questions. And thank you so much for hanging out. I believe this might be the last stream of the year, maybe, if my memory serves me correctly. If not, I'll catch you next Wednesday, but it might be the last stream of the year. So, boys, happy holidays. Enjoy time with your loved ones. Try to ride if it's not too damn cold where you live, and ride safe. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye-bye. Later.